kama kila gopakanya muraripadarpita chitta vritti dadyadikam mohavashadavochat govinda damodara madhaveti govinda damodara madhaveti govinda damodara madhaveti. So here is the gopi. She's trying to sell milk or yogurt, butter, and various other dairy products that she has made. She's trying to sell that in Vrindavan. And while selling, while desiring to sell these products, the mind of the young gopi was so absorbed in the lotus feet of Krishna, because Vrindavan, everybody is actually having cows and having all these products. So she has to go Mathura to some city side to sell. But her heart is completely absorbed in Krishna, in the lotus feet of Krishna. So that instead of calling out milk for sale or yogurt for sale or butter for sale, she bewilderedly said, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. She was just singing Govinda, Damodara, and Madhava. She wasn't saying milk or yogurt or butter. So her mind was fully fixed. So that is because she was absorbed in Krishna and she was singing the names of Krishna. And there was, we will see another gopi what she is doing. Grihe grihe gopavadu samoha pratikshanam pinjara sarikana kaladgiram vachayitum pravritto govinda damodara madhaveti. So in each and every house, a group of Gopa women is engaged in making the caged parrots constantly utter with broken words, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. Because they like Krishna so much, even when dealing with the parrots. So they want the parrots to sing the name of their beloved. So they're teaching the parrot how to say Govinda, Damodara, and Madhava. And the parrots are trying to repeat it with broken words. Ulu kale sambritatandulancha sangattayanto mushalai pramukta gayanti gopyo janitanuraga govinda damodara madhaveti. So here the gopis are engaged in grinding their grains. So they are grinding mortars full of grains. The gopis' minds are overcome as they thrash with their pestles. They are trying to engage in thrashing the grains and then removing the husk and then powdering them. But they are singing Govinda Damodara Madhava. So while engaged in various household activities, so they are engaged in activities, they are not idle. But while being engaged, because their minds are attracted to Krishna, they are continuing to chant about Krishna because their hearts they have given to Krishna. So they are singing Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Kachit Karamboja Pute Nishannam Krida Shukam Kim Shukarakta Tundam Abhyapyayamma Saroruhakshi Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. A lotus-eyed girl instructed the red-beaked pet parrot that was seated in the cup of her lotus hand. She said, Govinda Damodara Madhava. So this lotus-eyed girl is trying to instruct this red-beaked parrot. So what is she trying to teach? She's trying to teach Govinda Damodara Madhava, the names of Krishna. Because she is in love with Krishna, so she's trying to teach the parrot the names of Krishna. Nijangane kankanakelilolam gopi grihitva navanita golam amadayat panitalena netre Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. So here Bilvamangal Thakur is giving another scene. So he's trying to give different scenes. What's happening in Vrindavan every day? How are they living? What are they doing? If we all want to go to Vrindavan and live there, this is what is happening in Vrindavan. That in Vrindavan, people, what are they doing every time, every moment? So there he's giving a snapshot, like a photo of different instances that is happening in uh, Vrindavan. So we are all these days used to seeing shorts, reels, and so many other things. I don't know. In India, it's TikTok is not there. I think here TikTok is allowed. So we all watching various small contents, a minute content. Here, Bilva Mangala Thakur is giving those shorts experience for us. Okay, 1 minute, one pastime of one scenery from Vrindavan, one instance from Vrindavan life. So here, Krishna, he's in his own courtyard, in the house of Nanda Maharaj, in his own courtyard. Krishna is carelessly playing with a bracelet. He's just playing with one of his jewels. He's just like playing. And a gopi is coming into Mother Yashoda's house, and she's always been thinking of Krishna, and now she wants to come and see Krishna, so she is coming in. So this gopi, she saw that Krishna is just playing with the bracelet, and he's not looking at her entering the house. So what she takes? She takes a ball of butter in her hands because he always likes butter very much. So Gopi Grihitva Navanita Golam. So Navanita is butter, Golam is as a ball. She grabs the ball of butter, and with the other hand, she goes and closes the eyes of Krishna. Just imagine, Krishna is playing, that small little bluish boy. And here this gopi is like having one in her one hand, she's having a ball of butter. And the other hand, she very slowly walks, very carefully walks so that like Krishna will not see her. And then very naughtily, she closes his eyes and then says, "Oh Govinda, Damodara Madhava." And what is he saying? She's saying, "Guess what I have for you? What I have brought for you." So this is usual experience. Somebody comes from behind us and then closes the eye and says like, "Guess who am I?" or something like that. So similarly here, she is engaging with that with Krishna. So Krishna is playing and she has closed his eyes and saying, "Guess what I have got for you?" And here is Krishna who's all knowing, and she's trying to close his eyes and ask him, what do you know what I have for you? So here, Krishna's sweetness is overcoming the knowledge of the godhood of the residents of Vrindavan. So we'll see what is the next scene that Bilomangal Thakur is giving us. Ankadiriudam Tishugopagudam Tanam Dhayantam Kamalaikakantam Sambodhayama Yashoda Govinda Damodara Madhava. This verse describes the opulence of Mother Yashoda, the special uh, priority, prerogative of Yashoda, the special position of Mother Yashoda. See, the one and only Lord of Lakshmi Devi, Kamala Ekakantam. Kamala Ekakantam. Kamala here reference to Lakshmi Ekakantam. Lakshmi Devi is one and only Lord. As an inconspicuous little cowherd boy, is like it was seated in the lap of Mother Yashoda. So he is seated in the lap of Mother Yashoda. Who is he? He's not or any ordinary person, but here he is a very small little cowherd boy. But he is actually the Lord of everything, Lord of Lakshmi even. So, but here he is seated in the lap of Mother Yashoda, drinking her breast milk. So, if he is such wealthy, breast milk is like some simple thing. But here he is taking actually uh, happiness from drinking the breast milk of Mother Yashoda. And Yashoda, what is she experiencing? She's completely merged in bliss. She's completely so happy seeing her son drinking the milk. That means he is healthy and he is growing, and that milk is her essence of her love. So feeding it to Krishna, she is so touched. She is she is so happy, and she's saying Govinda Damodara Madhava. So when he is drinking the milk of her breast, she is observing him and so happy. She's just uh, she's just like very happily calling him out, "Oh Govinda Damodara Madhava." So she's so happy. The names of Krishna is like pouring out from her mouth. क्रीडन्तमन्तर्वजमात्मनं स्वं समं वयस्यै पशुपालबालै प्रेम्णा यशोदा प्रजुहाव कृष्णं गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति. So in Vrajadam, in Vrindavan, Krishna is playing with his playmates who are of boys of his own age, and they were all actually taking care of the cows. Pashupala Balai. They were all herding the cows, and they are all of similar age, and they are engaging in pastimes. But it's time for Krishna to come home. So, with great love, Mother Yashoda is calling out to her son, Govinda Damodara Madhava, please come. Because Mother Yashoda, when he was very young, would not send him too far. The rule was from wherever, if Mother Yashoda gets on to the terrace of her house, she should be able to see where Krishna is, and Krishna should be able to hear if she calls out. That's the rule until he was very small. So he was just playing with the boys of his same age, taking care of the calves, little calves. And then Mother Yashoda is calling out, here it's time for lunch, please come back. So she's calling, Oh Govinda Damodara Madhava. And we will see this in Bhaktivinoda Thakur also writes the Bhoga Arati. He says, Bela holo Govinda, Aisai Kona, Bhoga Mandire Baise Karo Bhojana. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is singing Vela Holo. Vela Holo means Vela in Hindi or in many Indian languages. Vela means time. Time ho gaya means it's time. What time it is? It is lunch time. It's time to eat. So Vela Holo Govinda. Aisa Ekona. Please come. Aisa, come. Ekona, immediately. Come immediately. And what do? Boga Mandire Bashi Karo Bhojana. Sit in the Boga Mandap and have your lunch along with Nanda Maharaj. So she is inviting Krishna for lunch. So this is a daily act. So we all have experience at home also. After the mothers cook, they have to invite everyone because everybody is busy. The kids don't want to eat because they are not hungry or they are playing or they are into something. They're just distracted, or the Prabhus are like still working in this way. Like you have to invite everyone. Please come. It's time. Please come. Everybody saying, "Oh, I'm busy. I'll come soon. I'll come soon." So similarly here, Mother Yashoda is calling Krishna. Okay, it's enough playing. It's time. Please come. यशोदयागाढमुलूकलेन गोकण्ठपाशेन निबध्यमानं रुरोदमन्दं नवनीतभोजि गोविन्ददामोदरमाधवेति गोविन्ददामोदरमाधवेति गोविन्ददामोदरमाधवेति. So here it's very, very interesting. Everybody else is chanting Krishna's name, but here Krishna himself is chanting his name. How he is chanting? He's saying he was firmly tied up in the grinding water with a cow's rope, not even normal rope, silken rope, with cow's rope. Yashodaya Gardam, very strongly tied. One thing is it is her love also which has strongly tied him in the form of the rope. But externally also it is tied very strongly. Yashodayagadamu kalena with a mortar. Go kanta pashena. Go kanta is like the cows have a rope in their kanta, in their what do you call neck. So go kanta pashena. So that those ropes, pasha's ropes, those ropes which are usually on the neck of the cows, with that go kanta pashena nibadyamanam. He is tied. Ruroda mandam. He's like kind of ruroda. He's slightly kind of crying. He's not crying. He's like kind of whimpering. Ruroda mandam navanita boji, that plunderer of butter, navanita boji, butter, one who eats butter, one who stealthily eats butter, the plunderer of butter, softly whimpered. What is he singing? Oh Govinda Damodar Madhav, kahan fas gaya tu? Means where did you get stuck here? Like you are like being born by your mother. What did you do to yourself? So he is also chanting, Oh Govinda Damodar Madhav, what did you do? You're like, how are you going to get out of this? So in this way, there are so many every time in the spiritual world Krishna's name is being chanted by everyone and even by Krishna also. Mandara mule vadana viramam bimbadare purita venunadam gopa gopi janamadhya samstam govinda damodara madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. So his face is pleasing, and the flute at his lips is filled with divine sound. Krishna is pouring in his love through that, through his flute. Amidst the cows, gopas, and gopis, he stands at the base of a coral tree, and he is making this flute sound to attract all of them. And Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. And that Govinda, Damodara, and Madhava, his face is pleasing, and the flute at his lips is filled with divine sound. Amidst the cows, gopas, and gopis, he stands at the base of a coral tree, calling out, Uttaya Gopyo Apararatra Bhoge Mritva Yashoda Sutavala Gayanti prochair dadimantyayantyo Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. So, having risen early in the Brahma Muhurta and remembering the childish activities of the son of Mother Yashoda, the gopis loudly sing while churning butter, Govinda Damodara Madhava. They have all gotten up early. Uttaya Gopyo Apararatra Bhoge. They have gotten up early and remembering Smritva Yashoda Sutta Bala Kelim. What are they remembering? Yashoda Sutta, that is Krishna. Bala Kelim, his childhood pastimes. How this small child of Mother Yashoda is engaged in various activities. They are remembering all that Kelim, all these Leela. And naturally, Gayanti Prochair Dadimantayanto. They are engaged in churning the butter, churning the yogurt, Dadi, because the yogurt is usually churned early in the morning because it's cold, so the butter won't melt and it can form into it will form and come up and it won't melt. If it is too hot, the whatever butter you're churning, it will all melt. So they are early in the morning, the first duty they're doing, that they're churning, but they're all remembering Krishna's pastimes, and because of that they're happily calling out, oh Govinda Damodara Madhava. क्रीडापरम्भोजनमज्जनार्तं हितैषिणी स्त्रीतनुजं यशोदा आजुहावत् प्रेमपरिप्लुताक्षी गोविन्ददामोदरमाधवेति. So here Krishna is engaged in playing, and he has even not bathed, and he has not even eaten anything. As soon as he got up, his Gopa friends are all there calling him immediately for playing. So he has immediately rushed outside to play with them, and he hasn't taken a bath, he hasn't actually eaten. So Krishna was absorbed in playing. But Mother Yashoda is overwhelmed with affection. So who thought only of her son's welfare? She is thinking, oh, my son hasn't taken bath and he hasn't eaten anything. He must be hungry. He's just continuing to play. So she goes out and then she calls, oh, Govinda Damodar Madhav, come, take your bath, eat something, and then go continue playing. But please come and first take your bath, eat something. You're too hungry. So in that way, she is calling out. Because of love, she is calling out Krishna to come and eat and bathe. So she is singing Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. And Krishna is engaging in various activities, so we will see what he is doing here. Govatsavale Shishukaka Paksham Vadnantamambojadalaya Taksham Uvacha Mata Shibukam Grihitva Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. Krishna is naughty. So Krishna, what is he doing? Krishna is tying the shika of a cowherd boy to the tail of a calf. And his mother is saying, my God, what are you doing? You're trying to tie the shika of a boy to the tail of a calf, and he will be pulled. So Mother Yashoda is like running and then lifting his chin, Govinda Damodar Madhav, what are you doing? Like, what are you trying to do here? Like tying the shika of a coward boy to the tail of a calf. Stop it. So she is holding Krishna's chin and then like trying to make him understand, you shouldn't do this. This is too naughty. So Prabhata Sanchara Gatanugavas Tadrakshanartham Tanayam Yashoda प्राबोदयत्पाणितलेन मन्दं गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति. So the cows having already gone out to graze early in the morning, the cows have already gone. The elder Gopas rise early and they take the cows and they have gone. Krishna is still a very small baby, so he isn't going out for grazing even the calves. And Yashoda is gently rousing her sleeping son with the palm of her hand. Hey Govinda, Damodar, Madhava, it's time, please wake up, let's get ready. So he's like, she has first sent Nanda Maharaj and other elderly Gopas. She has taken care of them and she has sent them to herd the cows. And now she is like free to wake up Krishna and be with him, bathe him, feed him, and play with him. So now she is waking up Krishna. So we can remember all these different instances. So we all engage in activities. In the similarly, in the spiritual world also, the same thing is happening. Mother Yashoda is taking care of Nanda Maharaj, and then she's going and taking care of Krishna. It's simple household life in which love is being exchanged, in which love is being poured, but Krishna is the center. Krishna is the center of all their activities. So here Yashoda Mataji is thinking that now I have time to fully give to Krishna. Let me wake him up, and then let him take care of him. So she is waking up Krishna singing Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. So what's happening in another place in Vrindavan? So Gopi Kadachin Manipinjarastam Shukam Vacho Vachayitum Pravritta Ananda Kanda Vraja Chandra Krishna Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. So in another place, in another home, a gopi is engaged in teaching a parrot within a jeweled cage. So the parrot is kept in a jeweled cage, and the gopi is teaching the parrot. Please recite the names. Ananda Kanda means source of bliss. Who's the source of bliss? Krishna is the source of bliss. So Ananda Kanda and Vraja Chandra, he is the moon of Vraja. So that Krishna, he is Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. Chant these names of Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Ananda Kanda, Vraja Chandra Krishna. So she is singing. गोपी कदाचिन् मणिपिञ्जरस्थं शुकं वचो वाचयितुं प्रवृत्ता आनन्दकन्द व्रजचन्द्रकृष्ण गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति. So early in the morning, again, the coward boys have come to wake up Krishna to go and play with him. So what are they saying? प्रभातकाले वरवल्लभौगा गोरक्षणार्थं धृतवेत्रदण्डा आकारयामासुरनन्तमाद्यं गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति. All the coward boys are very, very eager. Even before going to sleep at night, they ask their mothers, will we go out with Krishna tomorrow? The mother say yes. When are we going out, Krishna? First you sleep, and then tomorrow morning we can decide when to go out. They would say okay, and then they would sleep. After a while, they would wake up their moms and ask, "Is it time for us to go out and play with Krishna? Be in the forest with the calves?" No, it's still not even at morning. It's middle of the night sleep. So in this way, the boys are so eager always to go and be with Krishna. And in the early morning, so as soon as the morning was there, a group of his favorite coward boys arrived with stick canes in hand to take care of the cows. So they address the unlimited primeval personality. They are calling out to Krishna, "Hey, Govinda, Damodar, Madhav, it's the morning again. It's like it's a time for us to play. Go to the forest with the calves. Get ready. Please come. Where are you?" So they're very very eager to be with Krishna, play with him, and go to the forest along with him, so they can have like uninhibited time with Krishna, because at home Mother Yashoda will say you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do this. So they're all under the eyes of the gopis. So once they go to the forest, they can be so happy and they can be fully friendly with Krishna. They can play, they can jump on him, they can drag him, they can just be like any other friends. They can be like completely without any formalities. They won't be others watching them. So they're very, very eager to go with Krishna and the calves to the forest so that they can enjoy there. And one such day, Sarovare Kalyanagabadham Shishum Yashodatanayam Nishamya Takrurlutantya Patigopavala Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. So this is Abhama Vrindavan pastime. Hearing how the son of Yashoda, who was but a child, was wrapped within the coils of the Kaliya serpent at the pond, the cowed boys cried, Govinda Damodar Madhav, and scurried down the path. So they were anxious, these cowboys. Oh, Krishna is in danger. What is happening? So they were all like rushing. Everybody is rushing towards Yamuna to see how Krishna can be saved from this danger. So here Krishna is in danger and the coward boys are trying to save. But our position is we are in danger and we are calling out to Krishna. How Gajendra was calling out the names of the Lord. Antarjale graha grihita pado visrishta viklishta samasta bandhu tada Gajendro nitaram jagadam Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. So caught by his foot and pulled into the water, Gajendra, his friends all harassed and frightened away, then called out incessantly, Govinda Damodara Madhava. So Gajendra had no other hope because he is an animal of land, but crocodile is an animal of water. Right? But he was in the wrong environment. He was in the water, so the crocodile was gradually overpowering him. He was understanding that, and all his friends, all his family, everybody is frightened. They are unable to help him. They are unable to help him release from the crocodile's mouth. And as time is going, he's becoming more and more tired. So he realizes there is nothing left for me. There is none of my family, none of my friends can help me. My own physical strength cannot help me. It's only the Supreme Lord who can help me. So then he is calling out incessantly, Govinda Damodara Madhava. And this is the same for all of us in this world also. The time of crocodile is catching up on all of us. And no one can save us from death. No one can save us from the influences of the material nature. However, love and affection our family and the friends and others can have on us, still nobody can stop us from growing old. No one can stop us from uh, becoming old or diseased, or even at one point of time we would have to leave these bodies eventually, and that's nobody can actually stop that. But only one hope we all have is we all can learn to chant the names of Krishna, because he is the only help who can actually help us cross beyond this ocean of material existence, who can actually come to us when nobody else can come to us. He can be there with us when nobody else can be with us. When a person is leaving their bodies, we all can be along present along physically, and we can chant, we can help, but that person is all alone with Krishna. So only Krishna can help at that point. So the training is to chant regularly, so that at the time of death we can easily call out to Krishna. Our lives should be in such a way that even if we can call out Krishna, Ramanujacharya was asked this question: what if Krishna says, whatever you chant, whatever you remember at the time of your death, that will be your destination. But what if somebody is unconscious while dying? What is their hope? What will happen to them? Ramanujacharya said, while living, we should chant Krishna's name. While dying, Krishna will remember us. Whether we remember him or not, Krishna will remember what we did during our life. So this is the time. Today is the time that we can chant, following in the footsteps of all these Rajavasis, the Gopis, the Gopas, Mother Yashoda, Radharani, and the other younger Gopis, the older Gopis, the older Gopas, younger Gopas. So, following in their footsteps, let's always chant Govinda, Damodara, Madhava, chant the names of Krishna whenever possible in whatever we are doing. If we can teach our minds to be absorbed in Krishna, then that's what is that training that we are giving to our minds. Otherwise, our mind will become absorbed in something material and will take us down the path to hell. Will make us unnecessarily absorbed in so many mundane things, and it might distract us from devotional service. So we do whatever needs to be done in this world. At the same time, we also train our minds while doing whatever that needs to be done in this world. We train our minds regularly by chanting Hare Krishna. So the Lord's name is the only shelter. Here also Prabodhananda Bilvamangal Thakur is saying, Samsara kupe patito dyagade mohand purne vishaya bitapte Karavalambam Mahamadehi Vishnu Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. I'm fallen into the deep dark well of material life, which is full of illusion and blind ignorance. and I am tormented by sensual existence. O my Lord Vishnu, Govinda, Damodara, Madhava, please grant me your supporting hand to uplift me. So here, Bhagavatam also gives this how this person, the living entity's condition is so precarious, and even in that particular situation, the attraction to senses are very strong. This person is hanging on a tree, and the tree's branch is being eaten away by the rats, like the time is eating away our life. And the elephant is like trying to even uproot the tree, and he will fall into the pit in which is filled with snake, and he's being bitten by the honeybees. But amongst all these difficulties of life, precarious condition, there is some drops of honey trickling from the top of the tree, from the honeycomb, and it's falling on him. So, and he's trying to enjoy that. I mean, so our material life is also like that. We are surrounded by so many material anxieties, so many material emergencies, so many dangers, but still world feels like a safe place. Our life feels like, oh, everything is going well, so we can become slack in chanting Hare Krishna. But we need to understand, however comfortable it is, however safe we may assume the world is, it's a very, very precarious place, it's a very dangerous situation. So taking shelter of Hare Krishna every day, trying training our minds and understanding the real nature of this world is real knowledge, as Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita also. Vajasva mantram bhavabandha muktiyai jihve rasagye sulabham manogyam dvaipayanadyai muni viprajaptam govinda damodara madhaveti. Vajasva mantram bhavabandha muktiyai. O my tongue, O knower of rasa, for release from the hellish bondage of material existence, just worship the charming, easily obtainable mantra that is chanted by Veda Vyas and other sages. Govinda Damodara Madhava, names of Krishna. Bhajasva mantram bhavamanda mukti jihve rasagye sulabham manogyam. It is manogyam. It can actually, remembering Krishna's pastimes, reading all these simple verses about the gopis remembering Krishna's names, Krishna tying uh, you know, the shika of a cowherd boy to the calf's tail, or the boys coming to call Krishna for playing, or Yashoda Mai calling out to Krishna. Just remembering these and reading these are manogya, they can attract our minds. And they're very easy, not very difficult to relate to. Jihve, rasagye, oh my tongue, the knower of rasa, you know how to relish. But this is the best thing to relish. What is that? Bhajasva mantram. Worship this mantra, chant this mantra. Bhavavanda mukti. And this is being chanted by so many great people. So prajaptam, they were all chanting Govinda Damodara Madhava. You also chant. Go Gopalavamshi Dararupa Sindho Lokesha Narayana Dina Bandho Uchaswaraiswam Vada Sarvadaiva Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. So Vilamangal Thakur saying you should always and everywhere Sarva Sadaiva. Sarva Daiva means always and everywhere. Sarva and Sadaiva. Sarva Daiva, you should always and everywhere just loudly chant Uchchaswaraitvam Vada Sarva Daiva. What you should chant: Gopala, Vamshidhara, Rupa Sindho, Ocean of Beauty, Lord of the Worlds, Lokesha, Narayana, Friend of the Poor, Govinda Damodara Madhava. So Jihve Sadaiva Vajasundarani Namani Krishnasya Manoharani Samasta Bhaktarti Nashanani Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. So my tongue, just always worship this beautiful enchanting names of Krishna, Govinda, Damodar, and Madhava, which destroy all the obstacles of the devotees. We have so many obstacles, external and internal. All that can be destroyed by chanting sincerely. So just by focusing on the enchanting names of Krishna, at least our hearts will be completely purified. Situations, external situations, sometimes may be favorable, sometimes may be unfavorable. But by chanting, we will be able to relish whatever may be the external circumstances. If we are dependent on the external circumstances to always take shelter of Krishna, it may be very difficult. Even great devotees, they didn't take shelter of Krishna because everything outside was very comfortable and nice. That's the like Ambarish Maharaj did not have everything going well in his life to take shelter of Krishna. Kunti Maharani, it was not everything was going well to take shelter of Krishna. The Pandavas or any devotees like Parikshit Maharaj, anyone, it's not everything in their lives is going well, so they're taking shelter of Krishna happily. Even Prabhupada, he worked so hard. He fought for so building temples. He fought with so many governments and like deprogramming agents and the bad press and in general like the non-devotees attacking the movement in various ways. So this is all like trying to distract us. So with all that going on, we don't just think, oh, now only when everything is right I'll chant. No, Jihve Sadaiva Bhajasundarani. Let's always chant. Let's always worship this beautiful names of Krishna. They will destroy all the obstacles of the devotees. Even if internally they don't destroy, externally they don't destroy, internally they will destroy all the obstacles because then our minds can be focused on Krishna. And here is one very nice verse that Bilva Mangal Thakur says. Sukhavasane tu idameva saram dukkhavasane tu idameva geyam dehavasane tu idameva japyam govinda damodara madhaveti. So just reciting the thing again. But Sukhavasane tu idameva saram dukkhavasane tu idameva geyam देहावसाने तु इदमेव जप्यं Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. So this indeed is the essence, Saram, upon ceasing the affairs of mundane happiness. Sukhavasane tu idameva saram. When a person even like he ceases the affairs of mundane happiness, when all these attachment to mundane things are given up, what are we to do? This is the essence that one has to take up. This is the essence that one can achieve by giving up, ceasing all the affairs of mundane happiness. Sukhavasane tu midave masaram, dukkhavasane tu idameva gayam. And this too is to be sung after the cessation of all suffering. Okay, if we even get out of all the material world and there is no suffering, what are we to do? Just merge, just be in Brahman boring? No, chant these names, game. This is it's to be engaged. This is our game. This is our shelter. Chant these names. This alone is to be chanted at the time of death of one's material body. Dehavasana, at the end of this body, to idameva japyam. So if give up material enjoyment, Shil Prabhupada says, what are we to do after giving up material enjoyment? Chant. Dukkha avasane. Okay, all our material problems are all solved. Now there is no problems. Dukkha avasane are over. What are we to do? Continue to chant. Deha avasane. At the time of death, what are we to do? Idame tu idame vajapyam. Govinda damodara madhaveti. So let's train ourselves to chant. And it's so easy to chant, but what do people do in this world? Vaktum samartho pinavakti kaschid aho jananam vyasanabhimukyam jihve pibasvamritame tadeva govinda damodara madhaveti. So his vaktum samartho, shakti hai bolne ke liye, vaktum samartho, there is ability to chant. Even though anyone is able to chant, anyone is able to speak. Na vakti kaschid. Nobody is doing it. Vaktum samartopi na vakti kaschid. Aho jananam vyasanabhimukyam. Bilamangal Thakur is saying, Aho jananam. How how unfortunate people are, how determined people are for their own undoing. Means they are just so determined to actually take themselves to hell. Aho jananam vyasanabhimukyam. They are so determined for their own undoing. Jihve, O tongue, pibasva amritameta deva. There is only one amrita. Pibasva that. Drink this nectar of these holy names of Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. So Vaktum Samartopi Navakti Kaschid Aho Jananam Vasanabhimukyam Jihve Pibasva Amritameta Deva Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. So Narayanananta Hare Nrsimha प्रह्लादवादा हरहे कृपालो जिह्वेऽपि वस्वामृतमेतदेव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति. So, Narayana, Ananta, Hari, Narsimha, remover of the afflictions of Prahlad, O merciful Lord Govinda, Damodar, Madhav, O my tongue, simply drink this nectar. So, Leela Manushya Kriti Rama Rupa, Pratapadasi Krita Sarva Bhupa, Jihvepi Vasvamritame Tadeva, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti. So, O Lord, who assumed the man-like form of Rama by dint of your prowess, turned all the kings into your servants. So Govinda Damodar, just drink O tongue, drink this nectar of the holy names of the Lord. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Jihvepi Vasvamritame Tadeva, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. So Shri Krishna Govinda Hari Murari, O Lord Narayan, O Vasudev, O tongue, please drink these nectar of the holy names of Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. And he's finishing off with this verse, Vaktum Samartopi Navakti Kashchit. Even though people can chant, even though people can easily say, they won't, because they are so bent upon, their karma is stopping them, in the sense they are just bent upon going to hell. They don't understand. Aho jananam vyasanabhimukyam jihve pibasvamritametadeva govinda damodara madhaveti. So let's chant the holy names of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the essence of all the scriptures, the essence of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and all the Vedic literatures is this holy name. And Srila Prabhupada came to the West to give these holy names. Lord Chaitanya came to this world to establish this Sankirtan, these holy names. And with the strength of these holy names, Srila Prabhupada came along with Bhagavatam, crossed the ocean, and came here and taught people and to purify themselves, and gave us all this rare fortune of practicing chanting this holy names. So just by every day, if possible, in the morning, which is the best time to chant, in the morning, if we can train our minds to chant, to hear the holy names, to just give up all other worries, to give up all other problems. They're all there, but just for some time when we chant, let's forget the world. The world, let's this world cease to exist. It's just between we and Krishna. So how all these gopas and how all these gopis, they were all like chanting. They were not concerned about anything else. So they were just chanting the names of Krishna. So likewise, let's actually remember the examples of the gopis and the gopas and Srila Prabhupada and Gajendra and the scriptural statements, and focus our attention and train our minds to chant Krishna's name. And that chanting can spill into our everyday life also. So if you're washing your vessels, if you're in the US using your dishwasher, putting your things into the dishwasher, have a formula, have a particular name of Krishna to chant when you're using a dishwasher. When you're cooking, remember a bhajan. Sing Jai Radha Madhav when you cook. Sing Jiva Jago when you're dishwashing. When you're doing laundry, sing one thing. When you're walking out of your door, when you come back. So in this way, just train your minds, give it a goal, give it a habit, create a good habit in our minds. Okay, when I'm using dishwasher, when I'm going to wash my vessels, this is what I think. I may be thinking of so many things. Yeah, if necessary, we do that. But if there is nothing to think, if there is like, if we are just thinking something unnecessary, thinking about what that person said, what this person said, what happened there, what happened here, if our minds are just completely absorbed in the grind of the everyday life, then our mind makes life more difficult than it is. So if we don't want our life to be more difficult than it is already, then train our minds to chant Krishna's name. Be absorbed. Read these simple pastimes and remember how Krishna was trying to tie the shika of a coward boy to the tail of a calf. And I don't think there is anything more amusing than that. Or remembering how this gopi is going behind Krishna with a ball of butter in her hand and asking Krishna, guess what I have for you? And Krishna is playing with a bracelet on the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. So remembering these pastimes and training our minds to chant, not just when we chant our 16 rounds, even also through our life. There are many things that we do without having to invest a consciousness in our life. In those times, insert the holy names. Chant Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So there is sweetness, the real sweetness in spiritual life. There is real sweetness in chanting Krishna's name. Let's train our minds to experience this sweetness and give it a habit of chanting Krishna's names in small things that we do. So thank you very much for this opportunity that I could share some wisdom from Bilva Mangal Thakur with all of you, and also inspire myself that how I can also train myself in my everyday life to chant Hare Krishna in various ways. When I'm trying to walk down, when I'm trying to do so many small things where I don't need to fully invest, while bathing, while brushing, while using other facilities for our life, we can always absorb ourselves as much as possible. Try to hear the Krishna's names, try to chant, so in that way, we can train our minds to chant always and remember these pastimes and inspire each other and please Srila Prabhupada and give pleasure to Krishna. So thank you very much for this. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Mulidhar Gaur Sundar Bhagwan ki jai, and Shri Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Sundar Bhagwan ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Is somebody would like to share something? Is there something someone wants to reflect or share? Otherwise, I think I'm done from my side.
Thank you, Prabhuji. I hope Krishnakant Prabhu is there. He will finish rest part, but they might be muted. So, Prabhuji, just to we must thank you for the reminder or the lesson how important in chanting. We're not that great like Brajvasis, and they always remember they're blessed, or maybe they are from Krishna's place. So they are under Yoga Maya, so they are being helped to establish that relationship. Here we start with Big Bang, then after that everybody loses interest. Also of maximum time. So, but anyway, that is the material world. We have to take it. Everything is fact. But I am grateful that at least I have heard about little bit about Bilva Mangal Thakur's greatness, but I didn't hear, or I have not yet read is Stotra or maybe Krishna Karunamritana Prabhuji. So the way he has written it, I don't know. Only Krishna is speaking from his mouth. Maybe at that time he was blind, and whatever he's talking those days, I mean, maybe 5,000 years or maybe more than that, it is so relevant today for all of us, and it is totally nectarian. The way it's written, the way you presented, and at least we are really grateful. I am especially grateful to hear the first times. And about the greatness of, and again, thank you for glorifying Bilva Mangal Thakur. The best thing all the great devotees can do. First, in all their talk, Maharaj and other Maharaj and all, our Guru Maharaj and other Guru Maharaj, and they always try to glorify all the good speakers. They glorify other devotees, who are devoted to Krishna. That brings a lot of charm. And again, I just wanted to ask you, Prabhuji, one of our devotee, he's very punctual last 12 years. So whenever he's possible, he will somehow join. So I think he joined. He was in the flight. He told the moment I get down, I will join. He joined, but he asked me at the last moment that summarize at the end if I don't join in one sentence. So I would like to request you, so that he has joined now, maybe last 20 minutes he joined. His name is Raj Prabhu. So now he's in California, LA, California, maybe attached to Berkeley or some temple there. So he's getting more association than what I am getting here. So I would request you already told enough towards the end. So probably he got the message, but I want you to repeat so that we all can hear. What is the one-line message you want to convey from today's talk? Of course, we already got them. I got the message. Hopefully, everybody got the message. And even if we are thinking chanting is number one, we hardly take it seriously. And I don't know. It's my experience seeing something. I am having difficulties, quality of chanting, timing, but still I try my best. Whatever I'm doing, but what I am seeing is that we put in the back burner. So. What is that one line message you would like to give, especially to Raj Prabhu and to all of us, Prabhuji? Are you speaking? We can't hear, Prabhuji. Are you speaking?
Okay. So what I was trying to inspire myself and share with others also is like how there is a need for us to train our minds to chant Hare Krishna. Not while just chanting Hare Krishna, but also through all other activities of our life also. The main focus is also we should keep it in our mind that we have to train our minds to chant Hare Krishna, because that's what is the ultimate thing that we all have to do at the end of our lives. So that's what I was thinking, like, let's train our minds to chant Krishna's holy names and experience the sweetness of Krishna's holy names through that practice of chanting.
Thank you, Prabhuji. With that, we will open for any Mataji or Prabhuji would like to ask any question. So, Gaura Prabhu we are so blessed. He is one of our team member. Whenever we ask him, he's there to speak. So, you know how humble Prabhuji is, and he's always available for our service. So, if you have any questions or anything, please go ahead and ask. Feel free to ask. It is late already, 9:30 there in New York. Prabhuji is from Bhakti Center, New York. So please go ahead. Hopefully, Krishna and Prabhu, are you still there, or anybody else would like to?
Yes, Prabhu. Not a question, but just wanted to share. This is a unique experience going through. Biluman Thakur's explanation in this way, Prabhu. So thank you very much. This is quite unique. Going through a moment in Vrindavan. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. So I also really personally appreciated the stotrams. I just thought, let me share also.
Krishna and Prabhu, go ahead and complete rest of the formalities. So, yeah.
So again, thank you very much for taking time, Prabhu. It's a very inspiring presentation, very inspiring verses, and like you said, we have to take inspiration from the holy name to chant the holy name, to glorify the holy name, and glorify Krishna. With that, let us all unmute ourselves and chant Hare Krishna once, Hare Krishna Mahamantra once, to express our gratitude to Gaura Sharandas Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare. His Grace Gaura Sharandas Prabhu Ji ki jai.
Jai Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Ratyada Prabhu. Thank you, Krishna Prabhu. Thank you, everyone else on the call for joining and for engaging me also. It was very helpful for me. So thank you. Hare Krishna.